All right. What up? How you doing? Thank you for the vine. Oh my god. Hello. It's me. I've been thinking about if you would like to meet. There's such a distant difference between us and a million miles. We're doing a little tech support today. Welcome to the show. If you guys want all of your tasty questions answered, we're doing a little tech support. Oh my god. What did I have on the last one? I had one that was on there earlier. What the hell did I have on the last one? What the heck? Oh, thank you, Nancy Pants. I appreciate you becoming a member. We have a new member in the house. Thank you so much. I appreciate the subscribe. I'm trying to figure out something real quick. Sorry about that. I'm struggling. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Give me a second. Okay. So Nancy just became a new channel member. Can we give a shout out to Nancy? Thank you. Dabadoo. The newest member in the house. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Now we're doing a little tech support today. Now you're probably wondering, really, thank you for becoming a member, Nancy. That's badass. And then Fly on Garza's Balls, thank you for being a member as well. Respawn is wondering where the poop is at. Sorry, my brony brother. We're ready. We're ready to party. We're getting a couple things set up real quick. Okay, so we're doing a little. So we are doing. We're answering super chat tech support questions. So if you have a tech support question, put it in the form of a super chat, and if it's a little extended, that's okay. You can put additional comments outside of your super chat, and I'll answer those as well. Got it? Get it. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be fun. So I used to work for a call center, and now I don't, thank God. But I figured, I'm pretty good at answering technical support issues and researching. And yeah, so I figured I would bring it back. Nancy Pants says, you are a genius at the YouTube hustle. Well, I appreciate it, G-Dog. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying to be a genius, bro. My brony brothers. Sorry, you guys, I'm struggling a little bit. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're doing a little tech support, but give me a second. All right, so if you guys want your technical support questions to be answered, feel free to ask them in the form of a super chat if possible. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be very entertaining. I want to thank you guys for even being on here, being part of the show, being crazy along with me. I appreciate it. All right, so what's the first question? So just remember, if you got a question that you need an answer to, you need me to provide some technical support troubleshooting, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm even wearing a headset, by the way. How do I sound? I probably sound very sexy. Okay, maybe not. Michael Garza. No, I really do. This is great. But if we don't get any tech support questions, that's fine too. But kind of a tech support Q&A. But yeah, super chats get immediate on-air answers, or at least as immediate as possible. So if you guys got any technical questions, I will be more than happy to oblige. I'll do my best to help out. Fly on Garza's balls says it'll be entertaining when people start sending some super chats so a brother has something to discuss. Yeah, I want to answer your technical support questions. Yeah. My name is Mikey G and I'm here to answer your tech support question. Yo, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, yeah. Everybody wants to know. Do you got a question, yo? And it's got to be in the form of a super chat. No, okay? Get it. We're answering your super chats. We're answering your super chats. I have the official. Well, this is unofficially a tech support questionnaire. All right. Any questions you got? I'm here for you. I see you. I feel you. What do you need answered in your life? I know that you lack guidance and stuff. Hello, testing the mute button. There we go. The mute button works on this thing, by the way. Look at this. This thing's cool. I can mute myself. And then mute is off. OMG. So make sure you guys send a super chat if you want your tech support questions answered. I'm I'm only answering super chats that have some technical questions, and I am a technical wizard. I do toot my own horn when it comes to technical questions. I do technical support for whoever wants it and who has money. So whoever wants to give me a super chat and has a question in the super chat they want me to answer sincerely, I'm here for it, my brony brothers. I am here for it. I'm here for you. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, by the way. Uh. I am very excited to see I Show Meat in the chat. I Show Meat is one of my favorite YouTubers. I Show Speed is not as good as I Show Meat. I'm a bigger fan of I Show Meat than I am of I Show Speed. Just saying, all right? Just saying. We're ready. We're ready. And now you ready, yeah. And now you ready, yeah, for what's to come. Oh, I said, are you ready, yeah. What are you talking about, G-Dog? If you guys got any technical questions, let me know, man. Let me know. I'm the man. Who's the man with the plan? I'm the man. I don't give a damn. I'm the man. Dude, we got so many people joining the membership exclusives. Very exciting. Very cool. I am the GOAT. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high, down low, and I'll go wherever you will go. So maybe I'll find out a way to make it back someday. To watch you, to guide you through the darkest of your days. If a greater wish shall fall, yeah, fall upon the stone. Well, I hope there's someone out there who. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Hit that subscribe button. You gotta be a simp. If you gotta be a pimp, what you gonna do about it? If you know what I'm gonna be about it, yeah. Let me tell you something now. I'm very happy to see I Show Meat in the chats. It's a very good page. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the subscribe button. I've got that boom boom pow. Jeez, crack my style. I'm on that next shit now. Why is everybody hating? If you want tech support, you be masturbating. If you want your questions answered right now, you better super chat it. Super chat it, yo. If you really want to know what you're doing here, everybody get out of here. Oh, tell me what you're doing right now. Uh, tell me what you're doing right here. Uh.
Laugh out loud.
Oh, dude. No, yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. No, yeah, I said life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Whoa, 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 hold on. Wait, it's not letting me, what? It's not letting me show the, give me, oh, hold on. I gotta refresh this. Darn it. I'm sorry, you guys. I won't be able to highlight that chat, that super chat, real quick. I gotta do something. It's stupid. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay. Okay. Will it work? Uh-oh. It's not working. Give me a second, you guys. I'm running into some technical issues here. I really wanted to answer that super chat properly, but I do see it, though, which is good. So I just want to give a shout out to my home dog. Fly on Garza's balls says, "Oh yeah, life moves on." Hell yeah. Okay, now I think it's working. Okay, now I can see the chat. Still can't highlight the previous ones. That sucks. Sorry guys, a little frustrated right now. It's not anything that anybody else did. It's more like just a technical issue. All right, you guys, I got to call. Tech support has to call tech support right now. I think tech support's got to call tech support is what it really boils down to. Fly on Garza's balls says, I mean, definitely fix it for others, but I don't know about it. Don't worry. I'll still highlight some of your stuff, though, my brony brother. But I just want to give a shout out to my boy Fly on Garza's balls, dude. Hell yeah. I'm very honored, by the way, that your name is like legitimately Fly on Garza's balls, dude. That is an honor and a privilege. It's a little weird, but it's still a privilege nonetheless. Pretty dope, dude. So, who wants their technical issues answered by a professional? I'm a brony brother. We is all brony brothers. Laugh out loud. Well, I appreciate you fly on Garza's balls. Um, can we give a shout out to Nancy Pants 88 for being the newest member of the show? By the way, thank you, Nancy, for um, thank you, Nancy Pants 88 for the subs for the membership. Big time, it's awesome. We're doing the best we can here, and then C double on the bottom right hand side. There's a dollar button for donations. Let you super chat or whatever. Hell yeah. So yeah, if you guys do want to donate, you just gotta hit the little dollar sign. There's a little dollar sign symbol in the lower right hand corner. Yeah, it's pretty dope. All right, you guys. If you guys want, super chats will allow me to answer your questions to the best of my ability. I can't guarantee that I will get you the answer that you want, but I will do everything in my power to get you the answer that you crave or that you need. Nothing here is financial advice or anything like that. But how do you talk to an angel? How do you hold her
Laugh out
close
loud.
to where you are? Hey, the Strokers gave a $1 in Canadian dollars. Dollar make you holla. Thank you, the Strokers. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Strokers. I appreciate you, G Dog. Thank you for the $1 donation. I don't see a technical support question, so if you do have one, Strokers, just put it in the chat, in the regular chat. Just let me know what you want me to try to help you solve, and I will try to I'll try to solve your problem. That's really what it boils down to. My brony brother. All the brony brothers coming in the clutch, man.
Laugh out loud.
So the Strokers is asking, how black is too black? Well, one moment. Well, I guess the question overall is, you're wondering how black is too black. Um, I mean, it depends on what the relation is. Do you feel like maybe you're using a crayon that's maybe way too dark as the color tone? Maybe you want to use a lighter crayon potentially. Is that what you're trying to refer to, or are you referring to something a little bit different? If you're referring to something a little bit different, I could try my best here. I could try. Hmm. But what do you guys think? You guys think we're on the right path? So I guess you could say, in a nutshell, I guess there is no safe shade. If makeup or a filter changes your skin tone to mimic, I guess maybe another group of people. I mean, it may cross the line. Who knows? Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a good question.
Laugh out loud.
So the strokers is like, yeah, Korans. Um, yeah. So I mean, look, if you feel like the black color that's in the crayon set is a little too dark, maybe you want to go maybe a slightly lighter shade. You want to go the darker shades. Maybe try a dark blue. If you feel like, maybe like a really dark blue. Sometimes that can help. It's a nice calming tone. Blue is a very calming tone to a lot of people, but black is a good one too. Black or very dark blue, if you're looking for the darker tones. But how black is too black, you say? I mean, I guess on a basic scientific level, how black is too black? Well, I mean, black absorbs all light. So anything you see that is, doesn't have any light coming off of it, and it's pitch black, it means it's absorbing all the light that's coming to it. So if you feel like the object that you have, you don't want it to absorb all the light, then definitely understandable, for sure. I hope that helps my brony brother. But Kemoy Chapman is asking, solve the issue I have in my pants. Oh, Kemoy, man. I don't know if anybody could solve that problem for you. But let's see here. Let's try to think about this real quick, Kemoy. You're wanting to solve the issue you have in your pants now, assuming that your pants are really tight because you've been watching my show, which, by the way, when men watch my show, their pants tend to get tighter, I've noticed. So I don't really know what to do to kill. I don't know what to do to really soften out a schlong in pants. But I will say this though: um, if you need to, think about things that turn you off, um, is really what I do. If I'm getting a boner, uh, if I'm getting a boner in my pants and it shouldn't be there right now, and it's a wrong time to have a boner, I think about things that turn me off. I usually think about like gross stuff. I mean, by the way, this is not sexual advice. By the way, this is not real advice. This is a comedy skit more than anything. So keep that in mind. Don't take it too seriously. Um, oh man, this is an interesting chat, man. I'm loving it. I am going to. This is my brony. This is my official brony brother. My brony brother, Nate Dogg. So Nate Dogg is asking, what kind of things turn you off? Well, I mean, I guess you can ask. I mean, like, what does turn me off? Um, I mean, as I get older, my wiener doesn't really work that well anyway. But when it does work, um, and I'm sprung, uh, normally like, I mean, I get sprung for a lot of stuff. Pineapple on pizza is a real boner killer. If I see pineapple on freaking pizza, my dick gets soft, and it gets soft faster than you could ever imagine. So fast. And then another thing that really turns me off is um, dudes with man buns. If I see a dude, if I'm like sprung already, and then suddenly I see a dude with a man bun, PP goes down. PP goes down. Um, if I see a dude wearing skinny jeans and he's trying to grow like a lumberjack style beard, and he's got a man bun, that is a trifecta for the truest boner killer of them all. That kills my boner so quickly. And so, I mean, there's a lot of things that kill my boner, and my man Nate Dogg agrees. I think he might have been agreeing on the pineapple on pizza, not the man buns. Um, Look, and maybe I'm just envious of people with man buns. And maybe I'm envious of people with beards at the end of the day. because I can't grow one. By the way, so if you guys want your tech support questions, please drop them in. Drop in your tech support questions. Your super chats get answers, right? I know that you guys see me as an oracle. You guys see me as your Morpheus, right? I know that when you look at me, you think, wow, dude, this guy's like Morpheus from the Matrix. Scratch that. He's like the oracle. Michael Garza is like the oracle from the Matrix. All right. I know what's happening next, Brony. But really, at the end of the day, I'm more like Agent Smith. I think I'm Agent Smith from the Matrix now the more that I think about it. You know, there's a fan theory that suggests that actually Neo was never the chosen one to begin with. That the chosen one was actually Agent Smith. Because if you think about it, um, one of the requirements for the chosen one in the Matrix was that they needed to be born inside the Matrix. By all technicality, Neo was never born in the Matrix itself. You know what I mean? He was obviously grown. He was connected to the Matrix, but technically never born within the Matrix. So that was one of the criteria. And I think the Oracle knew this the entire time. See, the Oracle was trying to play it out in a way that would work. She knew that Neo could make this happen, but Neo was not the chosen one. The chosen one, truthfully, at the end of the day, was Agent Smith. And that's the craziest part about all this. Agent Smith is the chosen one. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Agent Smith was actually the chosen one and not Neo? We're getting into some weird philosophical. I love The Matrix, by the way. I think it's one of the greatest movies of all time. Um, the second Matrix movie, I'm okay without that one. But the third Matrix movie, whew, the third Matrix movie was unbelievable. That was actually a pretty good one. Um, man. So how many of you guys think that Neo was the chosen one, or how many of you guys think that Agent Smith was technically the chosen one? Because Agent Smith met that requirement of being born in the Matrix, right? He was because the what were the requirements? Hold on, I'm going to look this up because there's a fan theory. Agent Smith was the chosen one. Now, this is a cool fan theory. Okay, so this is a really old thread on Reddit that I found, but it says the Matrix Agent Smith is the one. So this person said, I'm pretty tired at the moment, so please forgive me if this makes less sense than the trilogy. Basically, my theory is this. When Neo's predecessor was made the choice from the end of the Reloaded, their code was recycled by the Matrix into Agent Smith. My support is this. We know from the architect that there have been 6 previous versions of the one. We know that the only named computer construct that never once mentions or acknowledges Neo's predecessors is Agent Smith. We know that the beginning of Reloaded, we only see 6 Agent Smiths before they start infecting. I believe that these are the 6 original ones before Neo, separated when Neo infects Agent Smith at the end of the Matrix. The only characters to fly in the Matrix are Neo and Agent Smith. Agent Smith is the only computer construct to infect a human in the real world, indicating that there's a complete brain map of the computer program. Every time Neo fights Agent Agent Smith is able to completely concoct plans independent of his programming. Humans are a virus escape speech. The machines see Smith as a threat, even when even when he goes rogue. Their goals are both destroy all humans. So I know, not real coherent due to the fatigue, but okay. Actually, we see Agent Smith face before the mass. Okay. So let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing is that Agent Smith was born within the Matrix itself, which was one of the qualifiers. At least I think. I don't know, man. It's getting weird. Has anybody got any super chats for this simp and this pimp? Cause I'm a simp and a pimp. A simp and a pimp. I can't help but be what I am. Cause I'm a simp and a pimp. A simp and a pimp and a simp and a pimp. Uh Garza backwards is Azrag. Yep, Azrag of Borg, baby. Asrag. They call me Asrag. And I don't know why. Maybe because my last name spelled backwards sounds that way. Asrag, Asrag, yeah. What are we doing here? What are we doing now? What are we doing here? I gotta answer your question now. Uh, you got a question for me? Better answer now. Yeah. Am I original? Yeah, yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah, yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah, yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Rock your body, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right here. Thank you, Nancy Pants. I appreciate it. And who else we got here? You want me to play a game? Hmm. Oh my God, we're back again. Uh. No, man, there was never any poop. But if you guys got any questions and you want it answered, put it in the form of a super chat. Because a super chat always makes my dick fat. Oh yeah. You don't even know why. You don't even know why. Yeah. You don't even know why. You don't even know why. Tell me how am I supposed to live without you? Oh, tell me now. How do I live without you? I want to know. How do I breathe without you? If you ever go, how could I ever survive? How could I? How do I? Oh, how do I live without you? There'd be no sun in that sky. There would be no love in my life. What kind of life would that be? No, I. Ah, it's a good song, man. Wow, I'm growing a following on TikTok. That's funny. I'm trying to check some of these. We're waiting for a super chat real quick. So once we get a super chat, we'll answer some questions. But yeah, we're answering those tech support super chat questions. So whatever you got, whatever you make, ever you got, ever you want, well, I'll take back again. And there's no holding me back. I'm not driven by fear, I'm just driven by anger and yeah, thoughts I have keep holding me back. I'm just climbing up slowly. I am the one and only. I am the waste, the fears, the lies stolen my mind. Fear, the one inside. Messing with my whatever you make, ever you got, whatever you want, well, I'll take back again. Whatever you make, ever you got, whatever you want, well, I'll take back again. And there's no holding me back. I'm not driven by fear, I'm just driven by anger. Thoughts I have keep under attack. I'm just climbing up slowly. I'm the one and only. I'm face the fears, the lies stolen my mind. Hey, the hope inside. Oh, keep messing with mine. But whatever you make, ever you got, whatever you want, well, I'll take back again. Whatever you make, ever you got, whatever you want, well, I'll take back again. Whatever you know. Whatever you. I appreciate the vine, man. I appreciate the vines. By the way, I want to answer Kimoy's question earlier. Kimoy Chapman, I just want to say thank you for that $2 earlier. Look, if it's a literal pants problem, look, a quick fix would be like key ring to hold a stubborn zipper if we're going to keep this a PG one. Safety pin for a ripped seam or shoelace through the belt loops if a button is popped. But we all know, like, if it's a medical private thing, I can't diagnose that on YouTube. We got to keep it PG. Check with a pro. But we all know that my show causes spontaneous boners, or my show does either one or two things. It either enhances, it either gets people erect. I don't know how, or it is the greatest boner killer of all time. It makes your cock soft. It's a possibility that my show makes multiple dongs soft, and I'm aware of that. Thank you, Fly on Garza's balls. I appreciate it. So you said, I mean, I've seen generally $10 a day, but definitely not $2 a day. Chill dude comes off as odd, but that's the point. If he came off as normal, you wouldn't be here. That's true. Let's see. Nancy says, buy more pants or don't wear them. Fly on Garza's ball to the guy saying that he's doing all this for $2. That's funny. So yeah, super chats. By the way, if anybody has any super chats, anybody wants me to answer one of their pressing questions in the form of a super chat, I can do it. Why is everybody saying that I'm a juggly juggalo? I is not a juggalo. I am not a juggalo, all right? All you scientists is lying and getting me pissed. Cypher, dude. What's okay? Cypher Solutions. I've been here before all this, and he ignores me like dude. I'm trying not to ignore you at least, man. Cypher, you constantly promote Bitcoin on my channel. All right, you're constantly telling me that Bitcoin's the future. It's like, not in this one, thank goodness. Surprised he's not sleep streaming, which probably would be a good idea, by the way. Cipher Solutions. That's no way to talk to a king. It's no way to talk to a king. Cipher Solutions. Yeah, I love my boy, but my boy's into Bitcoin. Sadly, this boy, my boy, Cipher Solutions. Make sure you guys subscribe to Cipher Solutions. By the way, give my man a sub. We do like to promote my boy on here, so he's a good dude. Just when he starts talking about how great Bitcoin is, just ignore that, because Bitcoin is not good. In fact, we're going to go over a little bit of a lesson here. I'm going to educate you guys on how stupid Bitcoin is and how it's not actually a financial vessel. And none of this is financial advice. Talk to a financial advisor. And if that financial advisor says Bitcoin is worth anything, then you might want to get yourself another financial advisor. Um, Cipher Solution says I haven't gotten one sub off you. Are you sure? You probably have. I hope. I don't really know. Who knows? Cipher Solution says I think you are pretty dumb, to be honest. Oh, Well, you're welcome. I know what I am, and you know what you are. So, dude, you're the one who believes that Bitcoin's a good investment. Are you kidding me? You know Bitcoin is dumb. You have to know that. I hope you know that. And if you're promoting Bitcoin on my channel, you have every right to be criticized for that. I will criticize the crap out of you. Do not promote Ponzi schemes on my channel, man. Benjamin, dude, hell no. I'm going to say this one more time. All Bitcoin is at the end of the day is you're owning a string of data that's not backed by anything of real value. It is literally just a fancy piece of software. It's a look, blockchain technology is very fascinating, blah, blah, blah. I think it's cool. But at the same time, it ain't worth
Laugh out
garbage,
loud.
man. Oh, thank you, Nancy Pants. I appreciate it. Nancy Pants donated $1.99 through a super chat. Says Garza is rubber and you are glue. Dismissed. Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to keep the super chat up there for a bit just because it's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so, Fly on Garza's Balls, I think, just subscribed. But yeah, I guess we'll answer this as a question. Let's see. Garza is so I am the rubber man. I can't confirm whether Cipher Solutions is glue though. I'm just kidding. I love taking super chats literally. Oh man. No, but here's the thing. I do like to advertise people on here. So Cipher Solutions says, I genuinely think you are a narcissist and you will realize Bitcoin will run the world. That is dumb. Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, a decentralized Ponzi scheme. Cipher Solutions, come on, brother, my baroni brother, come on, brother. Seriously, think about this. Really think about it. What is Bitcoin? Like, what is Bitcoin's intrinsic value? Don't look at whatever the market says it is worth. What is it really worth? Like, for instance, I could look at any company. I could look at their balance sheets, their financial statements, and understand if they're valuable or not. I can understand what they do, right? And it can be measured, and I can measure its book value against its market value, right? I can't really measure the book value of any cryptocurrency. That's the biggest flaw with crypto. And it's not backed by anything of value. It's decentralized private money. Even if there's a fixed supply of Bitcoin, that doesn't mean diddly squat at the end of the day. A fixed supply of something stupid is still something stupid, right? The dollar is any currency really is a great example of something that's not backed by anything. It's constantly inflated. But just because Bitcoin doesn't get inflated doesn't mean it's valuable. Look, it's not valuable. Bitcoin can be as rare as it wants to be. It's still just a string of data at the end of the day. And what you have to look for is intrinsic worth. And there's no intrinsic worth. In fact, the dollar and Bitcoin have one big thing in common. The one big thing they have in common is that they're both fiat currencies. Bitcoin and the dollar are fiat currencies. Sorry. But again, Nancy, I do want to thank you for the super chat big time. Thank you so much. Nancy's also saying fabricated wealth to build actual wealth doesn't make it real. Agree. I mean, here's the thing, man. Yes, Joshin, by the way, I just yes, Joshin, by the way, Bitcoin can be manipulated. The market price of Bitcoin is constantly manipulated through wash trading and whales who get in there. Are you kidding me right now? I hate it when people make excuses for Bitcoin. There's no justification to have Bitcoin as a serious investment. Don't get me wrong, I got into Bitcoin real early because I was naive at one point in my life and I thought this might be worth something. I forgot I had it, and then I checked my Coinbase account and I was like, "Oh, I still have this. Cool." And I made a decent amount of money on it. I haven't sold it, which is cool. I made a lot of money betting against it though. For sure, when those crypto bear markets happen, man, boom. I'm here making money, easy money. Mm. But yeah, I make money primarily on the volatility of Bitcoin more than anything. Um, that's what I prefer to do, at least. Actually, let me see what that looks like. Thank you again, Nancy, for the super chat. We're trying to keep the super chats on the screen a little bit longer. Um, it helps, keeps people engaged. Mm, no, that doesn't work. I got to put that back up. Let's go to 110. I think 110 might be worth it. Uh, we may even have to put it down to 108. Let's see what's 110. Mm, yeah, we'll go back to 105. Yeah, I think 105. Pixel rate 105. Hold on. Bitcoin's major features: one, trustless; two, fixed inflation; three, here's the thing, man. Look, even if Bitcoin does work, it's still, at the end of the day, what you're owning is a string of data. You got to figure out intrinsically what you're investing in, and what you're investing in is fool's gold. It is fool's gold, by the way. You guys have heard the old saying, fool's gold. It's digital fool's gold. Look, you can't create, anybody who says that Bitcoin is digital gold is a physical moron. Um, because it's just not. It's ridiculous. But I really appreciate that super chat. Make sure you guys subscribe to Nancy Pants 88. Thank you again for that super. It really means a lot. Um, but if anybody has any questions, any like technical questions or just general questions that they need answered, I'm here to answer it. That's why I got this fancy headset on. Oh, thank you, Olive. Yeah, here's the thing. Cypher is so unhinged. Dude, basically Cypher Solutions, what you're into is called gambling. Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies is just a fancy way of gambling. The only reason you think Bitcoin is worth it is because you made a couple bucks gambling with it. You're a gambler. Just admit it, brother. Just admit it. You are a gambler. And anybody who promotes cryptocurrency the way that you do is also a gambler. Gotta say. One 800 get help. Absolutely. Abso freaking Luli, man. It's a good gambling hotline. without a doubt. Yeah, if you guys have trouble gambling, 1-800 get help. Talk to those people. Touche, Cipher Solutions. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, at least you get free advertising. Hey, AOL was the best. Well, I never actually had AOL, but I knew people who did. They're like, AOL, hell yeah. YOLO to the Rolo. Does anybody else want to have their questions answered? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try and experiment, you guys. Again, we're gonna switch to members only here in just a second. Maybe. We're gonna try to encourage more people to join as members. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna see. Redirect. Okay. So some of this I don't know how it works. I'm trying to figure this out. There's a new feature. Supposedly, and I'm trying to figure it out. Huh. Okay, let's see. Sorry, folks. I'm experimenting with a new feature. Fly on Garza's ball says honestly shit didn't make sense.
Laugh out loud.
Hey, Cipher Solutions, thank you for being. I mean, it's you gambling, man. That's all right. Look, if you've made money on Bitcoin, I still think Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. But look, if you made money on it, great. But make sure you guys subscribe to Cipher Solutions. Now, what would I give Cipher now? Since Cipher Solutions may need some tech support, unofficial tech support, I'm going to say this: it's not financial advice. But here are some alternatives to gambling, investing, like legitimate long term investing. Stay away from imaginary money like Bitcoin. Okay. Stay away from cryptocurrencies. Because at the end of the day, they are gambling tools. But hey, if you like gambling and you want to gamble, keep staying in crypto. And if you make money, cool. But just keep in mind, it can turn into a bear market real quick with the cryptocurrencies. But alternatives to crypto that are real assets that maintain their value and appreciate naturally over time. Stocks. Not all stocks are created equal. Obviously, you want to do your own due diligence. If you want a safety net, usually an ETF, which has a basket full of stocks in it, is a good way to kind of have a safety net. Um, yeah, real assets, stocks, bonds are not very inflation proof, but they do give you a fairly guaranteed yield, which is really nice. And the principal typically remains very much the same. Bonds, like I said, not inflation proof. So I'm not a big fan of bonds, but sometimes those yields can come in handy depending on the situations. Um, and then besides bonds, you got gold, silver, like basically commodities. So you want to be exposed to a variety of asset classes, real estate. My exposure to real estate is actually through real estate investment trusts. Those are stocks technically, but they're still companies, and you own them, and they pay a really hefty dividend. I love real estate investment trust, though, man. That's my primary exposure to real estate, and I have a very diversified portfolio of real estate investment trusts as well. Cipher Solutions says stocks are garbage, gold is garbage, real estate is why. Whoa, Cipher Solutions, hold on, hold your horses. So you're telling me that stocks are garbage, gold is garbage, real estate is also garbage, but you're saying that Bitcoin is not? You're saying that Bitcoin is the king? Why would you say that, dude? You know that Bitcoin is in it's what called a bubble. It's a bubble, the tulip bubble, the dot com bubble. Think of all the bubbles in the past. There's no way to measure Bitcoin's true intrinsic value. So the fact that the market price of Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up and up and up, eventually the bubble bursts because the retail investors who are in it actually know it's a Ponzi scheme. And the institutional investors, by the way, know it's a Ponzi scheme too, and they're betting against you hard. And I am betting against Bitcoin, man. I'm always betting against it. New current, DJ Santi says new currency is Labubus. Oh God, no. Oh, I don't want those voodoo dolls. Hell no. But yeah, tangible assets matter for sure. Okay, if you've thought about everything I've been telling you, then why would you believe that Bitcoin is the solution? Real estate is something. These are real assets. I'm sorry, but Bitcoin is digital garbage, my friend. It is digital garbage. Nancy Pants is on the right track. I just want to have food when crap hits the fan. I have chickens. Absolutely. That's good. You're ahead of most of us. I mean, if you have, seriously, I mean, you'll be able to eat eggs all day. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing, Nancy. You don't have to eat the chickens. You can just eat the eggs. You know what I mean? You can eat the eggs. Obviously, you know that. So the beauty is that's the best things about having chickens. Even though I don't have any chickens, but if I did, I would love to have chickens actually, because honestly, eggs are really good for you. You can, by all technicality, live on eggs. Obviously, you still need to eat other things, but like you could have like fruits, vegetables, eggs consistently. You know, yeah. If you had to, you'd eat the chickens. But here's the thing, preferably if you eat the chickens, then you're missing out on the eggs. So push comes to shove, you definitely want to make sure that the chickens are constantly laying eggs. Yeah, I mean chickens are incredible. Chickens are awesome. So yeah, absolutely. All right, but overall, I want to thank everybody who's been involved. Nancy Pants, thank you for the super chat earlier. Cipher Solutions, thank you for the super chat earlier. I appreciate it. I know Cipher Solutions and I we butt heads consistently on this channel about crypto. I think Bitcoin's garbage, but uh, I do actually respect Cipher Solutions. And honestly, if you have your entire net worth in Bitcoin, you should probably rethink your strategy or at least bet against Bitcoin a little bit. You don't have to get rid of your Bitcoin to make money off of it. You can actually bet against the Bitcoin. That's what I think. I think that's the best idea. Do she? Do she exactly? All right. Benjamin, this is a good question. Very curious about how you would differentiate the value of precious metals versus crypto. Precious metals are actually useful. Crypto is not useful. There is nothing remotely useful about cryptocurrencies in the real world. Look, if we were all digital beings, then sure, Bitcoin would make sense. Look, the value of metals, precious metals, are what they can do. What does Bitcoin do? What does cryptocurrency really do in the end? It's just a string of data. Now, obviously, there's a software behind all that string of data. I know that. There's a proof of work system. I think that's really cool. On paper, Bitcoin is really neat, but in practice, Bitcoin is intrinsically worthless. Therefore, it can never replace currency whatsoever. And in fact, it's kind of a stupid currency, if anything. Now, gold and silver, for example, oh boy, that's good. See, that's the thing. At least gold and silver its value can be measured by its actual utility, right? For what it can be used for. Not just because it's scarce, but what its value. Why is it valuable? Well, gold is a conductor, silver is a conductor. Silver can be used in certain medicines, by the way, like Silvadene. Have you ever had that before? Um, Silver and gold have so many practical usages. You can't say the same thing for Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. You're right. The vast majority of gold is used as a store of value. Absolutely. I would rather have gold as here's the thing. I would rather have gold, a vault of gold, than a savings account, even a high yield one, because the vault of gold is going to appreciate in value far more because the dollar is worthless. Bitcoin is worthless. The dollar and Bitcoin are both worthless, by the way. I am not a dollar shill. In fact, I think all currencies, physical and digital, are worthless to the nth degree. And yeah. But look, it's all about intrinsic value at the end of the day. What utility does it have? Or with companies, what services or products do they provide? What do they do? What assets do they have? What debt do they have? I can measure the value of a company. And I can even measure the value of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And you know what that value actually is intrinsically for Bitcoin and all crypto? Zero, zero, zero. It's worthless. It's completely worthless at the end of the day. Now, the crypto markets may say it's worth like 120,000 whatever per coin, but that's ridiculous and you know it. But I think we're all aware of that. Hold on, something I gotta listen to real quick. Life forms, you precious little life forms. Where are you? Do 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 do. Life forms, Precious little life forms, where are you? Do 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 do. Little life forms, where are you? Do 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 do. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. What's up? What is up? What question you got, Nancy? We always like to. New members do get questions answered to the best of their ability. At least I do try to answer them to the best of my ability at the bare minimum. Sorry, I got distracted. So I do lie about my age a little bit on here, but I do keep it in a range. I don't like to tell my exact age, but I will say we'll say 41. It's not far off from how old I actually am, but we'll say 41. Yeah, I'm a little older, but that's it's the way that most people want it on here. They want the old man giving the advice. Nah, I don't really give real advice. None of this is financial advice or anything. But yeah, I definitely say that overall, what people need to do, I think, when it comes to the world of investing, and talk to a financial advisor, obviously not financial advice, but diversifying early, diversification very early is a good thing. That's the one thing I wish I would have known or would have thought of doing at the bare minimum was diversification of my portfolio as quickly as I could. I think that the sooner you diversify, the better. And you can get a hold of ETFs that index tons of different companies. And there's just plenty of ways to stay good at the end of the day. I know I'm going off on a tangent, you guys. Sorry about that. But if anybody's got any super chats that they want, any super chat questions they want answered, just shoot them my way. But also, if you can, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Christopher saying there's no way you're in your 40s despite that receding ginger line. Probably. All right, let's see what other questions we got. I'm always open to the chat and any members. I'll try my best to answer member questions too, but super chats are the priority right now. Unless you want to become a member, anybody who wants to become a member, it's a very low cost, like 99 cents a month. I'm pretty good to the members. If you're a member, I've been trying to create more exclusive content, but I have done a really poor job of that. So I want to apologize to any members who expect exclusive content. I'm going to try to do a little bit more. I'm going to try to make some time to do more pre-recorded stuff. Yeah, I'm a good sport. I'm a soul. People are saying I'm a soulless ginger. Partially true. Let's see. Actually, when did the clocks change? Okay, November 2nd. Got it. Okay. Okay, this is a good question. I'm not going to highlight it, but I'm going to answer it. So Sunset Gemini says, "Do you feel the S&P 500 is weighted too heavily in tech?" Um, I'm glad it's weighted in tech very heavily, and I'll tell you why. One, I think there's a lot of good tech companies in the S&P 500, and tech isn't going to go away. I mean, it could, but it's just. I mean, is there a tech bubble? Sure, I do believe there's a bit of an AI bubble, but I do believe that if I saw the S&P 500 dipping rapidly, obviously it would probably be because of tech being overvalued. Sure, and then there's an AI bubble, but I would definitely buy the dip on the S&P 500 without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, I would buy the dip of the S&P 500. That'd be the smartest thing I could imagine, man. It's the smartest thing I could imagine myself doing. But what else do you guys want to ask on here? I'll try my best to answer for sure. At least I'll see what I can answer for you guys. Is there anything you guys want me to promote? By the way, any members who want me to promote anything, or any people in the chat, um, in general? I do. Obviously, we're going to try to do as many super chats as we can. That's for sure. Yeah, here's the thing, man. The S&P 500 I consider an index to always be worthy of a dip buy. Just because they have 500 of the best companies that you could ever imagine. And look, it's not always a for sure thing. I will say the only thing that pisses me off about the S&P 500 is obviously US based companies. I think there might be some international companies in the S&P, I can't remember. But I prefer to be very very diversified. I consider the S&P 500 to be a diversified product. But my main problem with the sorry guys, my main problem with the S&P 500 is that it's while it's a diversified product, it's not globally diversified. And I would choose, by the way, if I were to choose between two ETFs, the VOO, which is the S&P 500 ETF, and then the VTI, which is the entire US stock market. I would choose the VTI because the more diversification, the more of a safety net and a safety blanket. And also, during dips, I would prefer to buy the VTI over the VOO because during it, I would love to buy that dip. In fact, I would love to also buy the VXUS on the dip because it's all international companies as well, or even buy the VT, which is the Vanguard Total World Index. VT is a good dip buy too. Anything that's an ETF, I prefer to dip buy on it because I will always dip buy a diversified product. But I really, at the end of the day, I dollar cost average more than anything. Dollar cost averaging is my main shtick. Stands for Salt and Pepper 500. That's funny. I only got 20% battery left. What the hell? And I know that it's me stopping you from falling, crashing down, losing ground. The sun will shine and we will see. Nvidia is a pretty good company. I'll admit, Nvidia is a good one. The AI bubble's real, but Nvidia is a great company overall. The main company that I like, I mean, look, when it comes down to it, so I'm a Microsoft fanboy. I think Microsoft is a fabulous company, even though they're in like the $1 trillion market cap range. I'm also a fan of, I think Google is a great company. Google overall, Alphabet, I guess, is technically what the real company name is, but um, so Google, Microsoft, those are like the tech companies I really love. Nvidia is good. I think Intel is honestly being unfairly treated. Intel's one of my favorite companies because they obviously do processors and stuff like that. And computer processors are a big deal, man. Sunset Gemini says, but Windows 11 is, dude. I use Windows 11 every day. I love Windows 11. You kidding me? I mean, there were a few bugs when on its initial release, but honestly, it's been pretty smooth sailing for the most part. Yeah, I love Windows 11. But yeah, there's a lot of tech companies that I do like. But overall, the best way to mitigate your risk is to diversify. Because even though I'm pretty sure that Coca Cola is still going to be a great company, that PepsiCo is going to be a great company, and I own those stocks individually, by the way. I own at least bare minimum one share of those. Even though I believe in U.S. Bank, I believe in Bank of America. You know, anything can fail for whatever reason, mismanagement, blah blah blah. I just, as much as I love these companies that I invest in, I'm not going to put my entire net worth into them. Uh, even though their chances are these companies are going to be just fine, but when you're diversified, man, you are a little more protected. Now, is the growth as good when you're diversified? I mean, the more diversified you are, by all technicality, you're not going to beat certain indices that are more concentrated depending on what the indice is. But it's really a security blanket. Diversification is a security net. It's a safety net in a lot of ways. And one of the reasons I love having exchange traded funds in my portfolio, especially international ones, is so I can remain as hyper diversified as possible and not put my wealth at risk. The best way to keep your wealth safe is to be hyper diversified, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. Talk to a financial advisor about that for sure, without a doubt. But I'm a big investor, man. I'm all about investing. That's just the lifestyle I choose. Um, it's just the way I live. Just the way I live. It's the way I lives. Yeah, long term investing is the key, man. At the end of the day, um, I don't understand anybody who doesn't long term invest. I think long term investing is the superior way to invest. Um, but I mean, to each their own. Everybody does their own thing and has their own shtick. Um, but yeah, I think one of the things I'm happy I do is I do bet against cryptocurrency. I purchased the S bit on the dip. It's not the safest thing in the world, but I trickle sell and I trickle buy into the S bit. So um, Yeah, I just don't believe in Bitcoin at all. I think that Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. And look at the crypto markets are crashing pretty hard. Bitcoin's crashing down a bit. Um, Deservedly so, by the way. Like Bitcoin always deserves to crash. Just because Bitcoin is, as I always say, Bitcoin is Clickcoin, dude. Bitcoin is garbage. Benjamin says Garza, it just reached all-time highs yesterday, not crashing. Benjamin? Why are you so sure about that? It's so funny. Every time the Bitcoin bros tell me that it's not going to crash, you know what it does? Like within a week, it crashes. Every time the Bitcoin bros are so sure that it's at all-time highs, it's not going to crash. Hell no. Yeah, it still could go up. Don't get me wrong. But every time, I swear, it's just like clockwork. Whenever you guys start getting full of yourselves and you start feeling yourselves, that's when it crashes. I make a lot of money from those crashes, by the way. I make a lot of money. Pretty good amount of money, actually. Because those crashes, when Bitcoin crashes really hard, man, it is a hard crash. It's a hard flipping crash, bro. Exactly. Nancy Pants. It's a roller coaster. It's always fluctuating. I mean, the thing is, I make a lot of money whenever Bitcoin turns really volatile. And in those short-term volatility spikes, when it goes down really rapidly, that's when I make my money because I'm constantly betting against Bitcoin. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I bought into Bitcoin early. I never sold. And so I've been able to profit very, very heavily, by the way, from Bitcoin dipping and things like that. And so any unrealized losses that I get from the SBIT, the unrealized gains that I've accumulated cover those unrealized losses. So it's a win-win scenario, one way or another. But yeah, and I know that it's you. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back, want you back, want you back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. Want you back, want you back, still want you back for good. Unaware and underlined. I figured out the story. Oh no, it wasn't good. Oh no, but in the corner of my mind, I celebrated glory. But that was not for me. In the twist of separation, you excelled at being free. Can't you find a little room inside for me? Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back, want you back, want you back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. Want you back, said I want you back for good. And we'll be together. This time it's forever. We'll be fighting and forever we will be. So complete in our love, we will never be uncovered again. Thank you, Red. Sounds good to me, man. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back, want you back, want you back for good. All right, you guys, we're going to do a members only live stream. We're going to schedule your live to switch to members only. We're going to switch. Oh, not available for these types of streams. Never mind. It's actually not available on that one. Sporty Spy. Oh, you talking about Spice Girls? Hell yeah, dude. I will say this though, when it comes to AI, I'm going to try to answer this Bagwadi guy. Bagwadi, when it comes to AI, man, there's a lot of opportunities. I use Chat GPT 5 for a lot of stuff. It's really come in handy for me in so many ways. Um, I love it, man. I'm all about that life. I do love AI. I think it's great. I think it's the future. You know, many people, and I'm trying to understand why. Hold on, I dropped something. Okay. Yeah, I realized that. So I thought about doing a members only live, but I don't know. Because it was giving me the option on here, but it said it doesn't work for portrait streams. I'd have to do a regular um, one. So that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, as much as I'd love to do a members only stream, I'll try to do that one of these times. I'm not going to promise anything to anybody here. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I won't do any members only. But hey, guys, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button though. Subscribe button really helps this channel grow. So just hit it right here. Boom, boom, boom. More subscribers, the better. We have racked up so many. It's actually kind of crazy, man. We're just getting more and more subs, and the more people we have subscribing, this really increases how far the show goes. Uh, and I really love it. So. But yeah, like I said, you guys, boom, hit that little subscribe button. It's right there. Oh yeah, hit that subscribe. No, DJ Santy, we're not. We don't want you to leave, man. I decided was just keep it as it is. I want to make sure that I prioritize members though, so I am going to prioritize people like Nancy Pants, who is a who's a member. Yeah, and Sporty Spice is awesome, by the way. Let's see here. But yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on the members and the super chats primarily. Now, if you guys want to be a member, it's a really small 99 cents per month. So I appreciate everybody who's become a member so far. The memberships have been growing too. So yeah, everybody who's subscribing into this channel, we're really trying to really grow the audience in many many ways, um, and try to give people the best experience they can get. But overall, I mean, what sort of tech questions does anybody have in the super chats? Obviously, and I'll do my best to help. But uh, Brad Latkin, my boy, dude, my number one fan, says you are so good at having a non. Yeah, here's the thing. Whenever I try not to do any rehearsed speeches, and I try to talk about things. I do enjoy problem solving, and I do think we need to do more problem solving shows. Um, so I think maybe we could do more titled ones that are titled um, problem solving, problem solving, or solving. Let's see, your problems, solving your problems for super chats. That would be a very interesting title because I love trying to answer questions and really problem solving. I'm really a fan of trying to come up with solutions for people. It's just something I've always been pretty good at. So, uh, you know, that's why I got this headset on. I mean, I had done customer service over the phone for over 13 years, and I did get wrongfully fired from T Tech, which really sucked. And but I've done a really good job so far. I've been able to do this show and feel good about what I've done so far. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, so but yeah, solving your problems for super chats. Ooh, general problem solving. General problem solving for super chats. That'd be a fun title. Yeah, we're just going a little wild here, a little buck wild. If we're talking about vegetables, I do like steamed vegetables, but fried vegetables are really good too. I mean, it's tough to choose. Depends. Depending on what it is, sometimes baked is good, but fried, I do like fried food. I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes baked can be a little bit of a healthier alternative. I do like baked chicken, for instance. I think baked chicken is great. Stuff like that. Thank you guys for the subscribes. Everybody who subscribed, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're really trying to grow the channel as much as we can, and it's not always easy, but we're always trying to see what we could do, man. So, does anybody got any super chat questions that they want answered? Anything specific? Because the more we answer the questions, the better. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button at least. Boom, it's right there. Hit that subscribe button. Oh yeah. Oh, Brad, dude. Brad is in love with me, dude. Brad is in love with me. Brad wants my mussy. Brad thinks I'm sexy. I get it. Calls me fat. He's not wrong. I mean, I'm kind of I'm built like a refrigerator. I'm a big boy, dude. I'm pretty tall too. So, Brad, do you have anything better to do, man? Brad, do you want to become a channel member, by the way? So, Brad, if you really are dedicated to this show as much as you are, why don't you just become a channel member? Seriously, become a channel member, man, and I'll read more of your scat. if you become a channel member. I'm a big boy. You don't want to know. Don't want to know. Brad. I'm obsessed with Brad Lagkin, dude. Brad. Become a channel member, Brad. Do it. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, when did you last let your heart decide? Going wonder by wonder. Brad, can you please stop? Just become a channel member already. I know you love me, Brad. Hello, Martha. Thank you for the hi. Hello. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go. Drugs are bad, absolutely. I am a 1990s juggalo. Heck yeah, dude. Brad refuses to admit he's got a problem. Brad. Dude, Brad's problem is he's in love with me. That's the biggest issue here. Brad, you're in love with me, brother. Just admit it, man. Just admit that you got the hots from Michael Mussy, dude. Michael Mussy. So Brad Lacken is saying you got fired for saying weird shit. Hey Garza, fired for head dude. I will say though that the one big factor, um, you know, it's funny because I followed all the rules, and I think the one rule that I followed was telling HR uh, about how my team lead had been treating me. That was a big deal. My team lead was basically abusing the crap out of me verbally, not like in gaslighting me and stuff like that. It was really messed up. What she was saying was she would like belittle me. What she once told me to start acting like an adult because I came back t- 2 times in a row, like 1 or 2 minutes late from lunch. That's not ideal, by the way. But at the same time, it's like I came in all the time. I was pretty damn reliable. I did my job really well. Um, and at a certain point, I just felt like just the way that I was treated in the one-on-ones, The way she would talk to me, she talked down to me. I just hated it. I was so frustrated. I hated dealing with this person. This person was just sucks. And I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Like I am glad T Tech is out of my life. T Tech is a bad company. They're just a bad company, and it pissed me off that that the management there slandered the heck out of my name, um, saying I didn't follow the rule. I followed the fucking rules. I'm sorry. I followed all of your guys' rules, but you guys made my life a living hell, and they retaliated against me, man. And I don't like it when people retaliate against me, especially when I had made the report in good faith that I wouldn't be retaliated against. By the way, Brad, I know who you are. I know who you actually are. Just to let you know. I did a little bit of research. I even looked at your writing style, Mr. Brad, and I determined who you actually are. Brad, I will say this. What state do you live in? So I think I know who you might be, depending on what state you live in. And if you want to reveal that, what state do you live in? If you want to reveal that, that is. He probably will, right? Yeah, and here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm happy I got fired because they were putting me through the ringer. They were making my life hell. My management was terrible, by the way. Awful. God awful. Avoid T Tech with all your might. Avoid them. Anyway, Brad, thank you for making things entertaining, my brony brother. Make sure that you guys subscribe to everybody on here, everybody who's super chatting. Um, I want to thank everybody, man. This is something kind of interesting. So, something I found says negative thoughts could be harming your brain. Science confirms that what goes on in your mind affects your brain health. A recent study found that repetitive negative thinking is associated with up to 20% greater cognitive decline. Constantly ruminating or focusing on worries doesn't just affect your mood, it may physically impact your brain over time. Experts suggest mindfulness, meditation, and positive mental exercises as a way to protect cognitive function and slow the decline. Your thoughts aren't just fleeting, they could shape your brain's future. Thank you, Bhagwati. I appreciate the subscription, by the way. That's interesting, man. I mean, look, I mean, positive thoughts do matter. And if you constantly have negative thoughts, like here's the thing, I feel so much more relaxed now that I don't have to work for for T-Tech. I just feel so much better about my life. It matters. Oh yeah, I think I know who you are. And I think you know that you live in Montana. Brad, you live in Montana. That's what I believe based on my research. So what's everybody doing right now? Yeah, thank you, Nancy Pants. Sorry about that. I haven't been paying as much attention to the chat as I probably should. Yeah, give me a second. One more moment. Thank you, Nancy Pants. Though. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to be. I try to be as resilient as I can. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just people say what they want to say on here. But I really enjoy the attention because all attention is good attention at the end of the day, and the goal is to get eyeballs on the channel. Um, and really just try to encourage people to invest properly, invest, you know, stay diversified at the fair minimum, and just stay smart about the investing process, really. Got to do it, man. You got to stay smart about that investing process. But I have fun with it. As honestly, all the hard work has been paying off. I'm on track to getting 10,000 subscribers, which is great. Really happy about that. So it's really cool. I feel good about what I've been able to accomplish. But I couldn't have done it without everybody. I couldn't have done it without my boy Tim Smith. I couldn't have done it without the support of my girlfriend. I couldn't have done it without the support of many people in my life. Um, many people have really come in the clutch just to make me still feel like I'm worth something at the end of the day. And it's incredible. I'm pretty lucky. Um, oh God, Brad Lycan, here we go, liar, liar, Brad, dude, damn, Brad is he's on one, man. Brad, the goat. All right, I think I am gonna. I gotta take a shower, then go to bed. It's a little bit late for me at the moment. Does anybody have any last second super chats they want answered? Any super chats, I will answer your complex questions to the best of my ability. Uh, in the realm of investing, in the realm of anything really. So if anybody's got any last second super chats they want to get out of their system, or if not, no big deal. I'm not gonna. I never force super chats or anything. But if you guys want, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Oh yeah, hit that subscribe button. Oh yeah. But I want to thank our newest member of the show, Nancy Pants 88. Thank you very much. Have a good night, Nancy. Um, make sure you guys, welcome Nancy on here. Subscribe to Nancy's channel. I don't know if Nancy actually has any videos or anything like that, but make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. Um, and we're trying to get everybody to, do their thing, encourage people to try to succeed in their own way. And I'm not going to take any calls. I was just doing super chats and stuff like that, but it would be fun. It would be kind of fun to take phone calls doing tech support, pretend tech support shit. That would be great. But no, I'm not taking any calls tonight. No, not at all. But we got some super chats out of it. We got to answer some fun questions. We got to be kind of goofy on the chat, and but if anybody's got any last second supers, we always greatly appreciate it, no matter what. Um, but yeah, I'm tired. I should probably go to bed. Oh boy, I gotta go to bed. Boop. All right. Peace and love. Peace and long life, baby. You guys have fun.